welcome to the Black Educated Tea Podcast. I'm your host, Makeda Marie, and today's topic is, are you tired? But, before we get into the tea, let's get into this tea. So I am actually drinking a poppin' peach tea today. The poppin' peach does have a little bit of caffeine in it, not a whole lot, because it has black tea in it, so it does have a little bit of caffeine in it. But it's really good tea, already really sweet as well, so I'm drinking a poppin' peach tea. Follow Ace's vibe. So let's go ahead and get into this topic. Are you tired? I'm going to ask myself that question. I am tired. I am tired. I am so tired of just various things. I am just so tired. I am so tired of all the different topics that I'm hearing on social media. I am just so tired with corporate. I am tired. Just being very honest, I'm tired of a lot of things, and it's time for a change. It's time for a switch. And so when I ask you that question, are you tired? I ask myself that as well, and I am tired. I'm tired of corporate, and when I say that, I have my side businesses that I do, but I'm still in corporate. So, I'm not fully out of corporate yet, but I am really frustrated. I'm really tired with corporate. And I'll give an example. I have all this education. I have all this experience. And, I find myself applying for these different jobs and that I'm qualified for, overqualified for, or the right amount of qualifications for the job. And then I find myself not even getting interviewed. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. And it's like a continuous cycle that, I apply for these jobs and I don't get them. And then I'm heartbroken by it. But then deep down, I really didn't want the job anyway. So it's like, it's time for a change. It is honestly time for a change. And so what I've recently started to do is I've started to put so much effort and focus into what I love to do, which is my businesses. Corporate is definitely there because it's needed until I fully get my businesses where I want them to be. They're flourishing, they're doing very well, but I haven't made that leap of faith yet to just completely leave corporate. So that's something that I need to do. I need to go ahead and just make that step and just completely leave out of corporate because I'm so frustrated with it. I'm so tired with it. And I no longer have a desire for it. My desire, my purpose, and my focus is actually into the businesses that I'm doing. So at some point, your girl has to get out of it and just put all of my time and my focus into what it is that I really want to do. But until I get to that point, which is coming very soon because I can just feel it. I just know that it's coming very soon. But until it comes, I'm gonna still be in corporate, but I'm finding different ways and I'm adding to my exit plan. I did an episode a while back where I had my exit plan on getting out of corporate. So now I need to really start implementing and adding more to that exit plan because my heart is just not in it and I'm tired. I am so tired. I'm like, to me, it seems impossible with the amount of schooling that I have put myself through and the amount of experience that I have, and I'm like, I can't even get an interview. But then I've come to the realization that it is just not for me. That is not what I should be doing, and that is not where my focus should be. So I asked myself that question, am I tired? Yes, I'm tired of corporate. So it's time for a change. So I ask you that as well. Are you tired? And if you are tired of a situation that you are in, it is time for a change. It is time for you to do a 360. It is time for you to make some changes in your life. Because if you do not make those changes, you're going to continue to get the same results. And I'm telling myself that right now. If you do not make the changes in your life, you're going to continue to get the same results. And when you have reached that breaking point where you no longer want to be in that toxic relationship, you no longer want to be at that job, you no longer want to do this particular thing, and you have reached that level, you have reached that boiling point, You are at your breaking point. It's time for a change. Do not wait for something drastic to happen for you to make that change. And we have all done that at times. Because I'm personally very guilty of that. Where I have been at a job, I have been in relationships in the past, or I have, been in situations where I knew it should have been came to an end 6 months to a year before that. But I still held on to the job. Oh, things are going to change and things are going to get better. And you know what? It did change. It got worse. That's what happened. It got worse. So it not only changed, but it changed for the worse because I was stagnant and I kept waiting and thinking things were going to change. Or, oh, they're going to bring some new people in and, the position is going to get better, the job is going to get better, and it got worse because my time had already passed for me to leave. I should have been gone 6 months before that or even a year before that. But I continue to hang on thinking that things are going to change. Do not keep yourself in a situation when you know that it's toxic and you know there's no growth there and thinking that it's going to change. When you have that feeling deep down inside and you know it's not going to change, don't continue to put yourself through the heartache. Don't continue to put yourself through the pain thinking that it is going to change. Because it is going to change, but it's not going to change in the way that you want it to. And then let's even be realistic. Let's use the relationship, for instance. You've been in a relationship for 3-4 years and you know it's toxic and you want this person that you with to change. And they, after 3-4 years and you've been through so much and they do change. And they may even make improvements. They may change for the better. But you've already reached your breaking point. So are those changes even worth it at that point? Because once you reach your breaking point, a lot of times there is no coming back forward. If you have not reached that breaking point and you're in a relationship, for instance, and this person is starting to improve and make changes, there's definitely hope there. And things can go for the better. But for me, when I'm at my breaking point and I'm absolutely done, even in past relationships, even if this person was taking the initiative to change and show improvements, there was really no coming back for me because I had done all I can do. I can take all I can take. I'm at my breaking point. So I don't even want it. I don't even want the changes at this point. I just want out. So that's some things that you have to look at for yourself as well. Don't let it get to the point where you have no choice but to leave. Exit. Leave that job. That job is driving you crazy. That job is stressing you out. You know there's no growth there. You know you don't have the support and the help that you need at that job. Leave that job. And trust and believe when you leave that job, you will be blessed with something else even better. Don't continue to hold on to something because you're afraid that you won't get anything else. I promise you, if you let that job go, if you let that toxic relationship go, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get your blessings. You're going to get even more blessings. You're going to get a better job than you had before. You're going to get a better relationship than what you had before. But you can't receive these new blessings until you let go of the past things or let them go. When you know that you're tired, physically, mentally, spiritually, it's time for changes. You don't want to 5-10 years from now and you're still telling yourself, oh, I'm tired. Things are going to change and things are going to get better. I'm just going to give it a little more time. Don't waste a lot of your life hoping that things are going to change. You be the change in that situation. You make the change. Take yourself away from the job. Take yourself away from that relationship. Take yourself away from those toxic people that are around you. You be the change. Don't wait for others around you to make the change. You be the change. And for me, in a lot of situations, I had to be that change. I had to be the change to get away from toxic people. I had to be the change to get out of jobs that I just knew wasn't a good fit and was not working in my best benefit. I had to be the change in that. Don't wait for, the job to change, the person you're in a relationship to change. You be the change in that. You make the change. Because if you are tired, you have to be the change. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be relaxed. You deserve to have peace. Life does not have to be so difficult. But at times we make it difficult. We make life very difficult at times. Life does not have to be that difficult. It does not. But there's always going to be ups and downs and and just trials and tribulations. There's going to always be things going on with life. But life is what you make it. And if you are tired, change your life. Change your perspective. Change your mindset. Change the things and the people around you. You do not have to continue to be tired. So, if you are just tired mentally, physically, make changes in your life. No matter what that looks like. And it's going to look different for everyone. It's going to look absolutely different for everyone. For me, like I said, it was letting go of, toxic people, removing toxic people away from me. The negative Nancy's is what I call them. Just removing those people away from your life. Standing up for yourself, making those changes. No, I will no longer tolerate this. No, I'm not going to continue to work at this job that doesn't benefit me. No, this is what I feel like I deserve at this job. Stand up for yourself, make those changes, and know what you deserve and what you are worthy of. I would love to hear your comments, your thoughts on this topic. Are you tired? And if you are, now is the time to figure out how you're going to make those changes so you no longer have to be in that state. And, I would just love to hear your comments. And, what are some things that you've done to make changes in your life so you no longer have that same story of, oh, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. How have you changed that? Or are you working on that? Or, at what point are you going to decide to make those changes? Whatever you're at, I would just love to hear, what you're doing to make changes in your life, to make improvements in your life so you can move forward and just have a fruitful and effective and positive life and just not a tiresome life. And as always, this is the Black Educated Tea Podcast.